On August 6, 2016, an icon passed away. The world-renowned natural herbalist, pathologist, biochemist, and healer Alfredo Darrington Baumann, better known as Dr. Sebi, died of pneumonia while in police custody. Since then, his death has been shrouded in mystery. People are asking, how did the man that claimed to have cured all diseases die from pneumonia? Did Dr. Sebi actually eat the prison food? Why was no bail set for Dr. Sebi? How come his imprisonment was only known in South and Central America via the internet? Why was there no official autopsy report disclosed? And then, of course, the million-dollar question, why was Dr. Sebi walking around Honduras with $30,000 on him? Some people may point out that there has been over 50 holistic doctors that have died in the past year. And what makes Dr. Sebi so special? Well, unlike other holistic doctors, Dr. Sebi is the only holistic doctor that got arrested and went to the Supreme Court because he claimed that he had cured his patients of sickle cell, herpes, diabetes, lupus, blindness, and even AIDS. But after bringing forth diagnostic sheets and 77 of his patients, Dr. Sebi eventually won the case. But what made Dr. Sebi a target? And why now? Well, simply put, they've been tracking Dr. Sebi for years. Ever since he beat the Supreme Court case, they have had their eye on him. They wanted revenge. They wanted to teach him a lesson for running his mouth. But what was the information that made Dr. Sebi so dangerous? Well, Dr. Sebi said there's only one disease: mucus. More specifically, an oxygen-deprived acidic body will foster mucus, which will cause diseases. Essentially, no diseases can live in an alkaline body. This is caused by the body trying to get rid of waste and dead cells. This is called a cleansing process or healing crisis. Europeans call this a disease or STD. Europeans label the garbage disposal action of bacteria as the disease instead of the cause of waste accumulation as the disease. They therefore treat the bacteria instead of eliminating the waste. The fear of germs, catching a cold, infections, STDs are superstitions, terrorism created for the body by the elites. But Sebi took it a step further and claimed that diseases are not caused by a virus, germs, or bacteria. He claims that all diseases are caused by your diet. Let's take a look at who is Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was born Alfredo Darrington Baumann in Honduras in 1933, and he learned the craft of herbal healing from his grandmother. Sebi later studied with a Mexican herbalist and began a line of products dubbed Cell Food. The judge said he had to bring one of every patient he had cured. He was supposed to take 9, but instead he brought 77 of his patients who were cured. After being found not guilty, Dr. Sebi went on to expand his brand, do lectures, and has treated several high-profile individuals, including the late Michael Jackson and the late Lisa Left Eye Lopez of TLC. In this section, we're going to talk about how Dr. Sebi cured AIDS. Dr. Sebi claims he has created compounds to cleanse the cells. These compounds are made of phosphates, carbonates, iodides, and bromides. In addition to these compounds, he changes the person's diet by removing meat, lactose, starches, carbonic acid, and uric acid. This removes mucus buildup and creates an alkaline environment which no disease can survive in. According to Dr. Sebi, a person with AIDS is basically someone with mucus in the lymphatic system, skin, and blood. By removing the mucus, the person is cured of AIDS. Section, we're going to talk about what to eat. Now remember, we stated before that the diet that you have will increase or decrease your chance in getting a disease. Now, although eating alkaline foods are recommended, everything you eat doesn't have to be alkaline. You can eat some acidic foods. The healthiest alkaline to acid ratio is 4:1, or 80% alkaline and 20% acidic. This ratio gives optimum health and protection against diseases. Also, keep in mind that just like sugar is turned into fat, Excess animal or vegetable protein is also converted into fat and stored in the body. Now let's take a look at some categories of information you need to master in order to have optimum health. The first category we need to review is acidic versus alkaline foods. The second is the best food combinations. Third is a list of healthy food alternatives. And fourth is a list of ingredients to avoid. Now generally, alkaline forming foods include most fruits, vegetables, peas, beans, lentils, spices, herbs, etc. Combinations. For optimal health, one should never mix starches with meat. For example, bread sandwich and hamburger. Ideally, animal protein or vegetable protein should not be mixed with carbohydrates. JP Morgan and Rockefeller saw there was money to be made, and so they transformed medicine into an industry and supported the money-making surgery, radiation, and synthetic drugs on the side of the allopathic doctors. Profit and greed is what it boils down to. They did the same thing with the car industry. Today we're still using 200-year-old technology. We can look at Nikola Tesla. He had inventions for free energy and wireless electricity. But instead the banksters suppress his inventions and charge for energy. This is similar to what they have done to the human body. Instead of using free medicine that nature provides, they create synthetic chemicals based on natural herbs that they patent and then charge you for. It comes to a point where they have run out of diseases, so now they're creating synthetic viruses. Whites are generally more healthy than Black Americans because they can afford a more healthy lifestyle, and their neighborhoods are not surrounded by Kennedy Fried Chicken and so many fast food restaurants. You would be hard pressed to find any healthy food alternatives in a supermarket in a Black neighborhood, because the owners refuse to order these healthy food alternatives because they are too expensive and they know their Black customers won't buy it. Essentially, Black Americans buy their food based on the cost and not the quality of the product. And although this is mostly because of poverty, there also is a toxic mentality that if someone is eating healthy, they're eating white. But if someone is eating soul food, they're eating Black. So the interest in cures only the profit that is generated from medical treatments. Perhaps Black Americans, this is an opportunity to conquer uncharted territory and be the authority figures on healing and producing cures. Perhaps this is your calling, to be the ones to use nature and heal the world.